with the confidence of winning. Like, you need to manifest that. It's always the goal, he says, but let me tell the world champion how to think about Brawlhalla real quick.
I think Pavelski, of all people, is probably the most, like, I think that is a true statement. I could see some players being like, I got to give them something humble so they don't think I'm just full of myself. But I think Pavelski, of all people, very real possibility. Off stage, this is insanity.
Bro, what's going
Pavelski
on?
has not touched the wall. He can't touch. What's that?
Oh, I'm glad he didn't go into that offstage engagement thinking he was going to win, because that is definitely
that was
not
the
what
goal.
happened. A lot of they both just really wanted to stay down there for an extended period of time as things got more and more chaotic.
There were so many great decisions made from Pavelski. Just the one that he didn't make was the decision to touch the stage again. Goes for ground pound. Acno,
Bro,
not able to punish, and Acno's gonna fall.
What is going on?
I guess this is why you pick Miami Dome, is you want some insane offstage, because you can't make that rotate under.
They're both the dogs sitting in the room that's on fire saying this is fine, except they actually like fully believe everything is fine as the room engulfs in flames and one of them dies, and then later on in the same room the other one just dies as well.
Everything is fine. There is no issues here in Ba Sing Se, but Deep Red Pavelski, he is behind here, so there is that possibility of changing the history books and not getting a 3-0 in favor of Pavelski. Not over yet, though.
Ooh, Neutral Sig was looking for the KO. Finds it! A lot of damage on that stock. He was able to build up pretty quickly. We're now less than 2 minutes into this game, about 1:50, just under that by the time that stock was taken from Pavelski by Acno's sword neutral signature.
Pavelski really wanting to play that edge guard, though. You see him going for some of these really risky options, like that GC Ensig, while he's getting stringed by his opponent, but Acno is getting more and more hits. Nice recovery at the top, will even up the stock count, and again, Pavelski holds the weapon toss. I hope he knows he was literally higher than however much a charged weapon toss would have gone, but either way, trying to delay that weapon spawn from Acno.
That was an orange KO, by the way, with that recovery. KO in orange off the top. Gives Pavelski a little bit of room to work his way back into this. Finds a nice 3-4 hit string. Has Acno in the yellow. Going to take a little bit more damage before he's in the orange. Meanwhile, Pavelski is getting deeper into the orange. Acno's going to have that stage control. On the center of the stage, had the weapon control, but Pavelski actually fought his way back on. Grabbed a couple of hits. The recovery not enough. One more of those will do it. Pavelski not afraid to play super high in the air. Might end up being his detriment here if he's not careful. A lot of movement options being burned by Pavelski. All he took was a sidelight and a weapon toss, though, from Acno.
He's burning a lot here on this offstage. Saw the exclamation points come out. He does touch onto the stage, so it will reset that wall slip timer. It's a nair, doesn't get a follow-up. Over to the sword, wants that D-Light recovery. Both of them have the potential of taking game number one. Neutral Sig will disarm Acno. Hope for Pavelski.
Is he going to go for
no
another one?
Ensig? I was expecting it, but it's a D-Light recovery. Acno close to the kill box. Misses the nair. D-Light recovery again, and Pavelski takes game number one.
470 damage to 500 damage. Extremely even between those two. And we're seeing the immediate swap from Acno after that one over onto the Wushang.
Is he just going to go through the same rotation, go from Val to Wushang, and then game 3 Sentinel? Didn't work that great last time. Just got to be honest.
3, 2, 1.
Now going over to the Demon Island. The dome pick wasn't working there.
Well, no one's dove off stage just yet, so definitely a very different game number 2. Both of them just shy of the mark. Weapon toss will actually deny the recovery, and Pavelski with a massive gimp to take the first stock.
Oh my gosh, that is so rough for Acno off of this character swap. Still taking more punishment, able to get over to the spear, excuse me. It's definitely not a sword, even though there is a blade on the edge of that. It almost looks like a sword, not quite as long, but using the pole does give you a little bit more range here, poking with those neutral lights coming out.
Yep, will have that range advantage over Pavelski with this spear in hand. Does not hit the pogo, though.
What is a spear but a sword persevering? Am I right?
Thank you. Thank you, Vision. Nice side air from Acno. Will even up the stock count. Didn't take too much damage to get to that point, and juggling the weapons will likely stick with the spear. That's what the game plan was when he played with this Wushang in the winners final.
Ooh, just barely gets the punish there. I didn't think he would have the time on it or even the range on that spear. His positioning was just that good. Got it in time. Still taking a lot of punishment on the second stock, though. Could be taken out very quickly, especially if Pavelski hits another one of those neutral signatures. He's looking for him.
He's throwing so many neutral signatures out. Just trying to catch Acno in the air. D-Light recovery. Another stock in favor of Pavelski. Pavelski looking real good to take this tournament.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about a possibility of a reset. Haven't really even needed to explain that mechanic just yet in this bracket, and honestly, we might not have to. This is looking so easy for Pavelski.
He's just looking so good with this Val. Acno has to burn through 2 stocks of Pavelski in order to stay comfortable here in this grand final set. Okay, nice punish. Pavelski gonna go wide and will still get the wall touch.
Again, goes for that signature right off the stage. That almost would have been such a juicy spike for Acno. Okay, that's a dodge completely burned.
Gets away with it though, gets back up onto the stage safely. Touching onto the ground will in fact knock down some of that dodge cooldown time. Down sig though will connect onto Acno.
Both players threw their weapons, but Acno's was a little bit low. Pavelski's was right on the mark, so he wasn't disarmed. Now Acno disarmed yet again after he picked up a spear. Weapon spawn comes in on the left side. Easy to grab it.
What?
What?
That was the softest punish in history.
Okay. Oh, man.
He put a pillow next to his head for a punish, but the recovery from Acno will take the stocks to even last stocks here in game number 2.
I don't know if Boomy is streaming this tournament, but I'm pretty sure Boomy had made some really big laughs after that one. A lot of funny noises coming out of Boomy's stream if he's streaming currently.
Sure, a reaction or two was happening, but Acno starting to come alive with the gauntlets, getting some hits, and everything screeching to a halt.
Yeah, definitely gonna be some clips of that moment going out on Twitter, and just like that, Pavelski takes another game.
And we'll see if history repeats itself. Will Acno play the Sentinel and let Pavelski get another 3-0 victory, or will he finally find the solution to this vow of Pavelski? It's the Sentinel. And again, last time he played this rotation, it was all in favor of Pavelski.
Demon Island completely banned. The Dome, Apocalypse, and Small Mammoth are up on the board, and we are going to Small Mammoth Fortress. Now, Acno is going into the dexterity stance. My question is why? Not that it's necessarily a bad decision, I just don't know why you would make that decision.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I know 3 to 4, great for Hammer. I think 4 to 5 is actually for Katars. I think there's a Katar True combo you get by going into the 5.
Okay. Not used to seeing that stat choice decision ever being made, just because, I mean, one of the reasons is we don't see a lot of Sentinel. So not a lot of experience seeing that stat differential. Stomp side air. Starting this one off good.
Acno with a really good start here in game number 3. Huge advantage in health, but it's Pavelski we're talking about. One of the most insane offstage players in the game.
Man, he knows how far he can keep Acno at range with the D-Sig. Charging that one up. Ooh, Acno has the timing to respond with a side signature. I was expecting a dodge to come out from Pavelski.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to get away from that one, but Acno still maintaining this stock advantage, this lead over Pavelski. Ooh, that picked up. That actually beat out a sideline, I think, from Acno.
Nice spot dodge there to get to the weapon toss. And he dips down. Gets
Oh.
away from 2 D-Sigs, but there comes the neutral signature from Acno. Relatively easy punish based on how long Pavelski is locked into that sword down signature. So many active frames on that. Gave Acno so much room to play with.
Acno doesn't want to give up this stock just yet. Pavelski gonna miss the ground pound. That weapon toss did eat a recovery. You saw the stars come out, but a recovery from Acno will take the next stock off of Pavelski, and Acno is finally looking real good against Pavelski.
Ooh, misses the D-Light gravity cancel, neutral heavy. Pavelski's going to be a little bit frustrated from that. Still trying to get this KO on this first stock from Acno. The recovery comes out from Pavelski, misses, takes 2 recoveries, almost a third from Acno. Weapon toss comes out. The punishment from Acno is coming out onto so many moves that Pavelski is throwing out, hoping to get the KO, hoping to put himself in a KO position.
Acno doing a really good job hitting these weapon tosses to follow up. Recovery.
Bro, he's still not dead.
Enough. There we go. Pavelski going to deny the 3 stock, but he is so far behind here in game number 3.
Stomp
Side
side
air.
air. Bounces off the soft platform. Ooh, dodges through that side air, gets a nice little 2-piece punish, but it doesn't matter. Out comes the side air for the KO. Acno fighting his way back in this, the Sentinel pick.
He gets 1 on the board, but did he stick with the Sentinel? I have no idea because they went straight into the map bans.
Now we are seeing him, yes, it is still that Sentinel. We're seeing him take the exact same path that he did previously, starting with the Val, that didn't work, moving on to the Wu Shang, and then moving on to the Sentinel, except it's diverting a little bit by the Sentinel taking a game. We're now going to go into game 4 to look at the potential of a reset for Acno coming from the loser's bracket.
Double dare from Pavelski. Weapon toss seemed like a solid threat, but both of them able to make back onto the stage. No weapon spawns for Acno just yet. There's the spawn and immediate neutral line. Pavelski really wanting to get this off stage onto Acno. Knows that he'll have an advantage there with the gauntlets. Falling there. Side air puts Acno off stage.
Oh,
Oh!
he's got to be done, right?
Oh!
Yep. Definitely after that laser-focused weapon toss. Gives Pavelski a lot of room.
That was so tricky. It was a downlight dash jump side air that actually caught Acno jumping out, and then he stayed with the pathing for the weapon toss to get that stop.
Now we're seeing some real momentum going Pavelski's way. He's basically completely lapped Acno at this point. A few more hits and Acno's going to be in the red. That recovery sending Pavelski off screen, but it picked up so high and it still didn't KO. Pavelski now in the red.
Neutral line. Downlight ground pound. Pavelski, he has such a huge lead here. All he needs to do is get 2 more stocks, and he will be the Parsec Invitational champion. Nice neutral sig. 1 stock left for Pavelski to be crowned the champion.
Now we've seen Acno in some precarious places in the back, fight his way back. Man, I don't know if he could do it this time. Pavelski is just playing better than he is today.
Pavelski just playing on point, man. He has got everything going for him. Falling there, dare just adding up more damage onto this final stock. Acno finally gets this first stock off of Pavelski. He's going to need a big gimp here on this second stock. Otherwise, it's going to be trouble.
Gets the weapon spawn in, hoping to juggle with some neutral airs. Does hit 1, lands safely, doesn't get punished.
Miss the dare, miss the dare.
Ooh, a lot of whiffs coming out. Neutral light. Maybe he's going to start something here from Pavelski. Chasing Acno all the way to the left side. Loves those side signatures right off the corner. Goes for the neutral signature. Gets punished by Acno. Nice 2 moves there. Attempting to reach out into the push-off column high on the right. Now has some room to go.
Dashing on both sides. Swap over to the Katars. But Pavelski is he's just outpacing Acno in the damage department. Like every time Acno gets a hit, Pavelski's getting 2 or 3. Wants a hammer. Oh, the scoop up!
Sticking with the hammer for that KO potential. Still doesn't have Pavelski in the red yet. Out comes the sword. D-Light down air into the recovery. Pavelski winning yet another tournament. He is your Parsec Invitational 2021 EU champion.
The optimum combo for the sword for the knockout. Downlight dare into the recovery. I preach it so often for you sword players out there. And Pavelski showing it to finish off Acno, winning it out and proving that I'm also real good at predictions. Just saying. Hey, how'd your predictions go in comparison to Dobrain? That's what I wanted. Real quick.
Look, sometimes you take a risk, right?
You played the seeds. You literally just said the first, second, and third seed.
Yeah, but like sometimes you take a risk by also playing the seeds. That's the crazy thing, right? Is sometimes the path of least resistance is actually the bravest path to really take when you really think about it. Yeah, actually,
sure.
True.
Yeah, I really, you know, that's something that I would love to dig into more. Do you have the time?
I mean, I don't think we really have the time right now because we have an elimination graphic to show. This is look, I would love to, but this is production.
Yeah,
saying,
no,
hey,
you're
we
right.
can't do that right now. We
Maybe
got
afterwards.
some other stuff to show. So let's get that up here and see. Duke, tell us who got eliminated and in what order.
Yeah, so there you see in the top 16 of EU got all invited, and one by one they all started to fall. Starting off with Kixay in the lower bracket, Frydazol, Hermison, Flamethrower, Viper, Wave God, Knees, and then Blue all got knocked out. I believe the Ninja 729 as well. Blaze got knocked out, 720 Polyshot, and then Hyson got knocked out. And then we had our top 4, Machete, Simple, and then it was just 2. And then Acno gets knocked out, and there you see Pavelski, the champion of the Parsec Invitational.
Now, in-game chat, Acno did type, enjoy it while it lasts, less than 3. So definitely a little bit of cheekiness coming out from Acno after he loses to Pavelski. He says it's going to be temporary.